Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video and in the next few videos, we are going to be discussing case studies. We are going to take concepts from strategy and marketing and see them applied in real world case studies. For example, today we are going to discuss Jacquemus. The reason for discussing Jacquemus today is because we want to focus on his innovative fashion marketing. Before we begin this discussion, I wanted to let you know that this is a case study from my newsletter on LinkedIn, which is about strategy and marketing. If you want, you can subscribe to my newsletter there and also connect with me on LinkedIn. My handle is Pallavi Sehgal. And given that, if that is not a platform that you prefer, I would love to see your reactions on my video about how you like them, or if there is something else you want to discuss about this brand. So feel free to leave your comments and I'll definitely respond to the same. So given that, let's get started now. Jacquemus, a case study of innovation in fashion marketing. Why is Jacquemus important and why are we discussing this brand? It's because the brand and the creative director himself has been able to establish themselves within a very competitive market space of luxury brands. And it is a space that is dominated by conglomerates like LVMH, Kering, Richemont. And within this space, Jacquemus has been able to carve out an identity, carve out a niche for himself and his brand. Let's try and understand what makes the brand tick. And before we dive deep into the marketing concepts and Jacquemus' adaptation of the same, wanted to start with this particular image from the campaign of Jacquemus, wherein you see a model wearing a large straw hat and with a very small bag. Now, these two products were very innovative creations by Jacquemus, which were able to lift the brand from being just another brand to the brand which is now famous for that small mini bag which every celebrity and every influencer wanted but which fits nothing. If you're carrying this bag, maybe it kind of fits your keys but not your phone. So given that, we'll discuss the first point, which is storytelling and authenticity. Storytelling and authenticity is important for every brand, and within fashion marketing, storytelling involves weaving a compelling narrative about the brand's ethos, its inspirations, and the stories behind the collections, which are mainly a unique way to create the brand identity, which resonates with the consumers at an emotional level, not just at a product level. Jacquemus' adaptation to this has been that he has leveraged storytelling by incorporating personal narratives and inspirations of his life into the collections, now making each piece more than just about fashion, but a representation of emotions and memories. This is one of the pop-ups by Jacquemus, more into the experiential marketing phase, which we'll talk about later. Next comes social media marketing. Now, all of you know that fashion was one of the early adopters of social media, especially Instagram. And influencers saw huge traction when they posted on Instagram, which made all the fashion brands also adopt Instagram much more earlier than by the industry in general or by other brands within other spaces. The common strategy in social media marketing and fashion is about creating engaging content, showcasing brand aesthetics, and also encouraging interaction. Jacquemus' adaptation to the same has been that he has used social media, especially Instagram, to showcase his minimalist yet very emotionally resonant designs. The brand is used to creating very visually appealing content, which helps encourage user generated content and enhancing engagement and online presence. An example for the same is this particular campaign which Jacquemus ran on his social media handles, wherein you see buses in the form of Jacquemus bags driving along the paths in Paris. So it was a very innovative campaign, which was kind of later leveraged by other brands also, like L'Oreal and all, also use the same concept wherein you have digital campaigns which showcase the products on in a very real surroundings. For example, here the roads in Paris, but actually it was not done in the physical world. It was just created virtually, and it was later when the viewers, when the consumers, and his particular brand of followers realized that actually nothing like this happened. It was all generated through social media only. The next thing is influencer collaborations. Fashion and influencers are very intertwined. You know that the more popular a person becomes, the more he or she is used by fashion as a brand ambassador. And so influencer collaborations are not something new we see in fashion, especially in luxury. And Jacquemus has been able to use this particular approach also to his credit very wisely. And he has been able to collaborate with people like Rihanna, with Kim Kardashian to generate a lot of interest in the brand and its designs. Next is unique experiential marketing. This is something which all fashion brands do in some way or the other. The luxury fashion brands do it exceptionally well. And to his credit, Jacquemus has been able to do it in the way that luxury fashion brands do it. For example, just see this image. This is how he held one of his fashion shows. He showed his collections in a lavender field, and wherein you see all the models strutting down in the field, which if you remember a couple of years back when this whole campaign came out, the whole Instagram was dominated by these images for a couple of days. That is how much earned media value he was able to create for his own brand. So when I talk about Jacquemus and Jacquemus, it's because the person and the brand are so intertwined. But I'm sure it was a collective team effort by the Jacquemus team, which came up with concepts like this. This and they followed it up with showing their collection outside the Palace of Versailles here. So this also created huge excitement, and it was shared on social media, particularly Instagram, multiple times. I don't have the values for the earned media value for this particular campaign and the last campaign, but I'm sure whatever was put into these campaigns was earned back in in the selling of products, as well as the huge aspirational consumers segment that it generates. The next is innovative product offerings. Fashion and innovation and innovative products, they kind of come very intertwined, as I said before. But Jacquemus kind of takes it to another level. For example, the straw hat that we talked about, the mini bag that we talked about. So these are just two of his collections which are so famous and have such a cult following that they are like the brand is known for these products now rather than just a few of collections here and there. So they're very distinguishable products by the brand. Next is maintaining brand independence. Now, for this particular point, it can be said that maybe Jacquemus has not really been approached by major brands, or we never know that if he was approached and he is trying to maintain his brand independence. But for whatever reason, he still is running an independent brand, and because of which he's able to the brand and the designer himself, they are able to kind of take steps and market themselves in a way which most of the luxury brands would not be able to do that just on a whim. So it is very intuitive at one end, and the brand independence gives the kind of freedom that Jacquemus and the brand needs to kind of move further within this space. And lastly, we have the enhanced digital marketing. So I've been showing you images which are testament to the fact of how perfectly the Instagram, the social media, the digital marketing is being utilized by the brand. So I think that is all that I have for you today. And I hope you've been able to understand how a very small niche contemporary brand can establish itself within a space that is dominated by large conglomerates. And let's see what comes next for Jacquemus. For now, that's all that I have for you. Do stay tuned in. Our next video is going to be about Phoebe Philo and the launch of her brand. Thank you.